Hello guys, welcome. Today we will be reducing repos as per the drawing or as per the figure below. So we have been given a proposed sewer line and the surveying has been done on this around the sewer line from point A up to point B. So at point A we have reduced repo A1, and also at point B we have reduced repo at point number 7. So what is required in this question is to book the reading in standard format and also reduce the repos by rise and fall method and apply arithmetic checks. So we can say that the repos has been taken and the instrument has been moved. At the rise we have station 1. Then after we are through with the station 1, the instrument has been moved to station 2, and then finally at station 3. So at station 1, 4 repos have been read, that is 1.1, 1.025, 1.876 and 2.683. Then we have station 2, we have 2 readings are taken, and then station number 3, we have 5 readings that have been taken. So therefore, this is what we are required to book in our standard format, and that is in our tabulated data, where we are going to book the rise and fall, and also the back site, intermediate site, and also the reduced repo. So to start with, we are starting with station 1, and at station 1, the first reading that has been taken is 1.551, which is a back site, because we know that all the time when you're doing survey work, the first reading is always a back site. So we have the first reading, which is 1.551, which must be a back site, and I'm going to book it here as our first reading, 1.551. It's our first reading. Then we have an intermediate site, the second reading. It's our intermediate site of 1.025. And then we have another intermediate site of 1.876. 1.876. Then we have the final reading at station 1, and this must be a back site, because a foresight, because when you're doing surveying work, the last reading before we shift the instrument or tools, it's always a foresight. So we have a foresight of 2.683. So foresight of 2.683. So with this, we have a station 2 where the instrument has been set, and it is at a reduced repo number 3. So we still have a back site, because the instrument has been set at station 2. The first reading is always a back site of 0.782, and it is at reduced repo 3. So meaning that it is here. So we have a back site of 0.782. This is a reading at Remax. This is a reduced repo at point number 3. This is reduced repo at point number 2. Reduced repo at point number 1. And then this is at K. So these two are on the same line because they are at point number 3. So we have 2.683 and also 0.782. Then immediately we are through with that, we go to the next reading, which is after we set the instrument at station 2, we have the foresight of 2.985. So we have a foresight of 2.985, and this is at reading reduced repo at 4. Then at this reduced repo at 4, we still have a back site of 0.563, because the instrument has been set at station 3. At this point 4, we have a back site of 0.653. So we still have a back site of 0.563. And with that, we have the other readings, which will be our intermediate site. So we have an intermediate site of 1.235. Then another intermediate site of 1.899, and then we have another intermediate site of 2.789, and the final reading is a backside because all the final readings are always a backside. And then the first reading, sorry, when you set the instrument at station number 3, we had a backside of 0.5683. So the last reading is always a foresight, and we have a foresight of 1.435. That is the last reading, which is always a backside. So with that, we can be able now to reduce the repos from point number 1 up to the last reading. So with this, we can reduce the repos, and this is 1.551. We subtract 1.025. If it is a rise, we have a positive, but if it's a negative, then automatically it is a 4. For this one, it's a positive of 0.2526, which is a rise. So we have a rise of 0.526, rise of 0.526, and then we subtract 1.025 minus 1.876. This one will give us a negative, so it is a 4 of 0.851. Then immediately we are through with that, we subtract this, and this one will give us a negative of 0.807. And then immediately we are through with that, we subtract this, and this one will also give us a negative of 0.203. And then go to the next one. This one will give us a negative of 0.672. And then the next one is this one, and this one also give me a negative of 0.664. All the negative, we book them at the 4. Then we have this one, it's also a negative, and this one will give me a negative of 0.890. And then we have the last one. This must be a positive, and this is a positive of, so it is a rise of 1.354. So with that, I'm through with rise and fall. And as you can see here, we have a reduced repo of 958.56, and this is at reading 2. So where we have reduced repo 2, we have 958.56. So with this, we can be able to reduce the repos, and automatically the repos that we are going to reduce there is from K up to the last reading. So this is reduced repo at 5, this is at 6, this is at 7, and this is at N. So for us to get reduced repo at 1, we have to take 958, we add 0.958, and this one will give me, so this one we add this, we add to that one, and this one will give me 959.411. And then for me to get reduced repo at K, because this was a rise, so I take this one, I subtract 959, I subtract 0.5, so this one will give me 958.885. So with the others, I'll just deduct. So it is 958.56356 0. I deduct 0.807, and this one will give me 957.753. Then 957 minus 0.203, this one will give me 955. Remember, I'm subtracting because they are all 4. If it is rice, I add. So I subtract this one too. I subtract this one too. So 955.55 minus 0.672, and this one will give me 954.818. So again I subtract 0.664, which will give me 954.214, and then this one I subtract this one will give me 953.324. Then this one I'll add to the rice because this is a positive, so will give me 954.678. So with that, I am through with the table, and I've booked the arithmetic, and what is remaining is to check whether the surfing work is okay. So for this one, I supposed to get the summation of backside, which is 1.551. I add 0.782, then I add 0.563, and this one gives me 2.896. Then I go to foresight, summation of foresight, 2.683 plus 2.985 plus 1.435. So this one gives me 7.103. Then summation of rice, this one will give me 1.88, and then summation of 4, 0.851, 0.807, 0.203, 0.672, 0.664, 0.890, and this one will give me summation of 6.087. So with this one I can check whether the surveying work is okay, and therefore I have summation of backside minus summation of foresight equals to summation of rice minus summation of 4, which is equals to reduced rainfall minus reduced rainfall fast. So we see whether this one will work. So summation of backside minus summation of foresight is 2.896. I subtract 7.103, and then which is equal to summation of rice, which is 9, summation of reduced rainfall, summation of rice, which is 1.88. Then I subtract summation of 4, which is 6.087. Then this one should be equal to reduced rainfall rust, 954.678. Then I subtract the summation rainfall fast, which is 958.885. So for the first one, that is 2.896 minus 7.103. This one will give me negative 4.207, which is equal to 1.88 minus 6.087 is also giving me a negative 4.207, which is equal to 954.678 minus 958.885. It's also giving me a negative of a negative of 4.207. So therefore all the checks are the same and therefore okay in arithmetic check. So that is how you are supposed to reduce the repo in such a case. And thank you for your time and kindly subscribe to my channel.